Hi, this is Sam, actually.
Sam, actually. Where are you calling from?
You hear me?
Yep.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Mass. What's on your mind?
I love your show. First of all. And I'm from Gaza, originally from Gaza. So I've been listening to your show because I just have shut off the mainstream media and the bias that has been used. So ironically, even though I'm from Gaza, I'm Christian. So I grew up in a Christian household. We left Gaza because of the issues. So we immigrated to the United States. And what's going on in Gaza, it's just heartbreaking. I recently just lost 14 members in a church bombing. The third oldest church in the world was just bombed in Gaza, and it had 13 family members that died. So the news
sorry to hear about that.
has hit me. No problem. It's just a day. Like when I try to explain the situation to friends, and I'm like, this is just the way of life for us in Gaza. We're like, well, how can you take this? How can you take this so? I'm like, I'm not taking it lightly. It's just we're used to it. The world doesn't care about us. And ironically, there are Christians that live in Gaza.
Yeah, Justin Amash, former congressman, also lost, I think, family in that bombing.
He is related to me, so we have relations. So he's lost about four family members in the same church that was where my cousins were hiding. So I just want the media, like, it's so hard because we're not all fanatics. Look, spoiler, I mean, I'll just tell you, friends, I have Israeli friends. I have friends from all walks of life. We get along, we love each other. My best friend is Israeli, okay? I almost married an Israeli girl, a Jewish girl. So guess what? We're not all like this. They're just making it seem like, hey, these people are just animals. They just want to kill Jews. It's not. That's not the case. We love. I mean, it's so hard to try and explain it. It's just we just want to live in peace. We just don't want to be bothered. I condemn what Hamas did. It was awful. I think that's the worst thing. And civilians on both sides should not die. But you know who loses at the end? Us, civilians, my family, friends. It's just so terrible that and the Israeli government is saying, well, we're going to kill as many. That didn't work in the past. That never worked. It's just going to create more hate. It's going to create more in the future. It's just like, and you know something, Sam, and I'll tell you, the Gazans that live there, all of them are refugees. They escaped the 1948 and the 1967 wars and immigrated to, lived in Gaza. So you have refugees that are refugees, and now you're making more refugees out of them. So, the Gazans that for my father explained to me when I was a kid, that used to be like the paradise of at some point, before the wars and stuff, because he grew up in it, and it was peaceful, it was beautiful. I mean, it was 25,000 people living in Gaza, not 2 million. And it's just a situation just making me sick. I do really appreciate your show, and I'm so glad I found you guys, because I'm so sick of listening to the CNN and the Fox News and the MSNBCs. It's just the bias of it. It just makes me sick.
I appreciate the call. I'm sorry about your family members. I mean, I can't even imagine what you must be going through with this, because I find it horrible. I can't even imagine. But hang in there.
All we have to do is pray, and just pray for forgiveness. Pray for things to calm down. And I really hope our government here in the U.S. just listens and says, hey, you know what? Okay, fine. Support Israel. Great. That's what we all should be doing. That's what we should be all supporting each other. But stop taking sides, for God's sake, and just solve it. They can solve it within a matter of hours. I mean, it's just funding funding, more wars and doing things. It's not the answer. It doesn't work. Look what happened in Iraq. Look what happened in Afghanistan. Look what happened in Libya. Look what happened I can go on and on and on and on and on. Funding useless wars don't work. We need people in government to just have more, just to be more diplomatic. Put the two sides in one room and just solve the problem out. That's what you guys are elected for. I mean, anybody can do their job. I can just, get a bucket of money and start funding wars all day long and not do my job. But I think from countries that Europe or the U.S., they should be more responsible and just solving problems, not just funding it, not just adding more fuel on fire. And that's my goal. It's just to educate people and say, please stop funding. Educate people and just solve the problem. Stop putting gasoline over fire because it just doesn't work.
Yep.
So
appreciate the call, Sam.
I appreciate you.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sam.